We shared a bed together. Nothing happened. We both passed out. End of story. Like, that's just, this whole like dick touching situation is just like not even my style. Like,
what really happened at Austen, at Kyle and Amanda's wedding, and why didn't you stay in Carl's room that night?
Okay, so I know this whole situation. So Carl, for whatever reason, he was in a different hotel. Like, you had options of 2 hotels, and he chose the other hotel, I think because he had a lot of duties at this wedding. He was officiating, he was a co-best man, you know, and he's sober, right? So I think he wanted to focus, he wanted his privacy. He was at a completely different hotel. The rest of us were at this other hotel. So on wedding night, you know, Carl winds up, we all pack into our rental car, and like legitimately, I want to say there was like 10 of us, like in the trunk, like it was a Jeep. So we were just like everywhere. So he drops us off at our hotel and then he goes to bed. He had a really busy day of officiating. He was exhausted. So I was like, Austen, I'm starving. Can you see if the restaurant downstairs is open? He's like, I'm starving too. Let me check. He's like, no, it's closed. I was like, great. You order McDonald's. I have a bottle of wine in my room. I'll bring it over. So McDonald's comes, I go over. We just sit and we chat about, you know, recapping the wedding. Like, you know, how was it like seeing Sierra? Like, you know, how, you know, just whatever. Like, we saw so many different people. And that was it. Then I was like, put a movie on, whatever. So I pretty much passed out immediately. And that's really it. Like, it was a very innocent pass out. For anyone who knows me, I sleep very hard, and I just like sleep like a mummy, or like you're burying me or something. Like, I pass out and that is it. And then I woke up, he was still sleeping, and I went to my room and packed, left the next day, no problem. Where he gets this other story is just, like, it feels like he's been doing yoga, right? Because it just feels like such a stretch to me. I'm like, what? I did, huh? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So, I mean, I put this in the same category as like the psychic who told us that me and Luke hooked up, right? Like, I'm just like, were you dreaming, Austen? Like, and watching the episode, I'm like, I don't even think he believes his own story. Like, he's just like, yeah, no, we just passed out. And I'm like, watching it, like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. I think Austen, like, this is, to me, it's typical Austen, right? Like, he's, you know, he was blocked. He wanted to bring Olivia. He can't bring Olivia because now Sierra's mad at him again for not respecting her feelings and wanting to, like, parade Olivia in front of Sierra. And so he's trying to get back into good graces with her. But then I show up with Carl and we're like in our honeymoon phase, lovey-dovey. And he's like, I just need a win, you know? And I feel like he just wanted to feel like he had some sort of win in all of this chaos, right? And so he's like, I'll give you guys a little nugget. But it's like, well, what are you even talking about? Like, we ate McDonald's, had like a glass of wine and passed the out. Like, this happened a month and a half ago. Same thing. He came to my birthday at the summer house. We then go to Montauk. That night, we shared a bed together. Nothing happened. We both passed out. End of story. Like, that's just, this whole like dick touching situation is just like not even my style. Like,
it does seem like he kind of like regretted it after he said it, and it kind of snowballed into this whole big thing. Did it put a strain on your relationship with Carl at the time? Did he kind of
No, because like, I mean, listen, first of all, Carl knew that I passed out in Austen's room. I told him. He knew about it. It's not like, but I also am a very like open and honest person, and especially with my sexuality. And, you know, I always have been on Summer House. I've just been a very sex positive, like, well, this is what I did. So yeah, Carl, like, he knows I would have told him like, hey, you know, this happened, but I never had to say that because it never happened. So yeah. And I just like, I'm not going to be embarrassed by something that just never happened because, you know, and it's like, and it's, you know, the whole timeline conversation. I'm like, guys, neither Karl nor I went around saying we were giving it a go. Like that was Maya. Like Maya was like, oh, word on the street is Lindsay and Karl are giving it a go. And everyone was talking about it, I guess. They weren't talking to me about it. I wasn't talking about it. Everyone else was, you know, so I'm like, guys, if you like go watch the footage, literally Karl and I had a conversation where I'm like, hey, I'm developing feelings for you. Hey, I'm developing feelings for you. All right, what do we do about it? I don't know. We don't know what to do about it. Okay, great. Like that's basically the conversation that we had. So, you know, whatever. Like, it's just like, I'm just so used to this point, like people talking about me and talking about my sexuality, you know, whether it's true or false. It just is, I guess, comes with the territory of being Lindsay Hubbard.
I guess so. Where do you and Austen stand today? Are you guys friends at all? I mean, obviously, probably not as close as you.
I mean, we're friendly. We obviously don't have the same kind of relationship that we used to have when we were single and we were buddies. You know, or even when we were single and flirting. Like we don't talk often. But we talk every now and then. I wound up texting him last week and I was like, are we going to fight again? Because like, if this is going to be another year-long public fight, like it's going to be exhausting and I just cannot spend the energy on this one.
Totally.